Hello guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a newbie title journey to the round of 16 matches. Now we're gonna be heading off to the lower bracket matches between KiyoKei versus the Midnight Drummers. And once again, it's gonna be us two casting again. My name is Yongin, and the other caster joining with me also in the last match, Super Noob. After the break, we have seen an exciting match. And now, hopefully this will be as exciting as the last one.
Yeah, the last one was quite intense indeed and quite a close match. And this one might be just as promising and close of a match since these two seedings are a bit close as well. I think it's the number 20 seed against. Hold on, let me check.
22 versus 27. KiyoKei
yes.
with KiyoKei being 27 and Midnight Drummers being 22.
Yeah, I mean, the more we progress in the tournament, the less seedings are gonna matter because, you know, in such a newbie, as the name would suggest, tournament and low-ranked tournament, as the weeks move on, players just improve along the way. I think that's something really special that these sort of bottom-ranked tournaments have. And yeah, just seedings are not gonna matter that much from now on, but we still mention that.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna be heading on to this match though. We're gonna have some warm-ups, some fun to start things up. It's very nice to see.
Crossing Delta's warm-up. That's a really nice map.
Yeah, that's a very nice.
It's the top wave too. Yeah, okay.
No, I don't think
7-star.
I don't think they are putting that as a warm-up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. It's a really nice map though. Oh. The commentator gave me one if you want to go for one. Oh, that was a bit of a joke, but if you want to play that as warm-up, I have no issues whatsoever. It's one of my more effective maps after all. You can try the Pizza or something.
Yeah, apparently both players are swapping lobby for now. Midnight Drummers will carry an Adrian Laser shipping on Midnight Drummers team. And KiyoKei should be Shinobu. And they will be on the red team. Yeah, we do see Kings joining in as well, one of the better players on the Midnight Drummers team. I would say Midnight Drummers team, I would say they're kind of underseeded. They have a lot of trolling scores, I would say, in the qualifiers. There's some like 5-digit scores on their qualifiers that should not happen, but it did happen. So kind of weird.
Yeah, that can always happen, and as long as they can come back in the full tournament, Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm interested about Adrian Laser though. I've seen him around the Taiko scene for quite a while in several tournaments. But I don't know, what's up with the dude?
He's quite a special player. It's like, I would say he's a special player. He doesn't know how to play 10 star, and then he map a 10 star and it's unplayable. He makes some quite controversial, not controversial, just weird comments on maps that nobody understands. But that's just how he works. He behaves also interestingly compared to most players. That's why he got a name for Adrian Laser, and that's, having quite a catchy name, honestly. I would say that's a very catchy name as a player. And he does have quite a bit of like a history, I would say, not a positive one though.
Oh,
Hopefully things does work out well for him though. Yeah.
Alright, they're gonna do the rollings now, and red team wins the roll by just 3 points.
Nice. As I would say, so we fixed the rules last week. It should be the winners picking first, banning second, and KiyoKei doing the other thing, which is basically not KiyoKei doing the other thing. It's basically the losing of team should be doing the other thing, which is banning first, picking second.
I'm just in the same spot as Pache. I don't really understand the ban and picking order, but as long as you do, as long as someone does, we're saved, I guess. Taking a peek at the rosters here, Midnight Drummers has the full team on their side, just the 4 maxed out player numbers, and KiyoKei only has 2 players on their roster, so they're gonna have to play every single map. Do you think this big number difference will show on the results here, or is it not gonna matter that much for play swaps and stuff?
I would say player swaps definitely very important for Midnight Drummers. We see they have some really good players and also some not so good players. So they're gonna be banning out Hidden 2 though, the slow Hidden. I'm kind of surprised they just ban it out. Because
they do have pick NTJ2, yes.
Because they do have quite a bit of like good players on Hidden 2 as well. Especially Ostrijan and Katsurada plus Kings. These two are very scary Hidden 2 lineups. But I guess they're not going to be dealing with it today. Being banned, probably because of Song being bad. And DT2 also being banned out by KiyoKei. The hardest man of the pool, expected ban from them. It's also quite...
So are you hinting that KiyoKei maybe has a bit of a lower skill cap all in all than Midnight Drummers here?
I do agree they have a bit lower skill cap than the other team. I would say Midnight Drum has one of the strongest skill cap maps teams. They're just gonna go for no more 4. Okay.
I guess this is one of those picks that you don't need quite that much of a raw skill and raw mechanics on. It's just 3.20 stars after all, but you do need to, hack it, read it, and whatnot. So hopefully this will turn out for the better since they picked it. We're about to see that.
Yeah, like last time, this one has a lot of SVs and such. The beats are very consistent though. So it's basically only testing the SV readings and such. But yeah, this map doesn't require that much stuff outside of reading at the SVs, and also some triplets handling and such.
I mean, as long as they can stand on their feet for Futsu and Musu alike, they shouldn't struggle that much with most of the pool. But yes, they will have to keep their guards up for the higher BPM picks perhaps, or stuff, yeah. Or perhaps some of PT stuff too.
Alright, we do have our roster here. Katsura, Osujanai Katsuata, and Adrian Lacey. Her expected team rosters from Midnight Drummers. Adrian Lacey still on this pick. I still don't think it's the best roster. But still, they're gonna go.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out, and if they don't fare that well, they can always switch any, if not both, of the players for other picks later in this match. Also, Janai with a very, very early miss here, which is gonna cost them a 20k score lead. Adrian Laser with yet another miss, and KiyoKei standing really strong with 99% FC so far, but we're still really early into the map. By the way, I don't hear any sound from the stream. Are you sure, Mayan?
It's your end. Yes, but I would say it's already. I don't want to say it's kind of over, but look at the accuracy count. It's it's quite one-sided matchup for now. Nosujanai Katsura are gonna miss on the gimmick over there. I don't think he actually played this map beforehand. It seems like he's kind of side-reading this map. I've been dropping quite a bit of scores over there. Shinobu, Felix Sora, Adrian Laser all finding misses, but it's gonna benefit KiyoKei as they do have a better rebuilding combos after that session, as Adrian Laser missing quite a bit and dropping loads of accuracy after that.
I mean, just KiyoKei so far half into the map, dropping not that many misses, not that many 100s, and Midnight Drummers on the other hand just really struggling to just play this and stand their feet on this. Well, also Janai with a 97%, which is quite good, but yeah, Adrian Laser will have to get that accuracy and combo going if they want to have a chance at this. Yeah, no, that's gonna seal it for them, I think.
So far,
could be interesting. Oh, sorry.
It's into the map, still 200,000 points difference. Another gimmick. Osujanai Katsura actually gonna be hitting this one though, but the difference between Adrian Laser and the rest of the players is just way too big. It's quite a large difference, 20,000 points difference. Shinobu just finds a miss. Osujanai Katsura that's gonna be overtaking her in that case is now only Felix Sosa versus Osujanai on the top scores, and Felix gonna be missing. Osujanai is probably gonna be topping the lobby despite side reading, but his teammates Adrian Laser cannot get a good accuracy count. It's gonna meaning the first map into the KiyoKei spawn, and their first pick does work out in their favor.
Yeah, just as you said, also Junai there with the leading score in the lobby, but Adrian Laser not quite catching up, not quite being able to provide that supporting score for that pick. So it's going to be 1-0 in favor of KiyoKei. And I would be interested in seeing Adrian Laser switching for either Kings or the other player now. Rugairi, that's it. Sorry.
That's still quite good scores from KiyoKei team, at least both players finding an A, but we're gonna see Midnight Drummers picking number 2 as the next pick. As one is a lot more sight readable. I'm not too sure if King's gonna play this one, but if it's going to be Kings and Osujanai Katsuhata again, that would be, I would say that would be the perfect lineup for this type of maps.
And hopefully they'll go with that or something similar at least. The roast. Right, let's see who comes in for Midnight Drummers in Adrian Laser's steed.
Yep, he's swapping him out. I do believe it's going to be Kings. Yeah, he said Kings is going to play. As it's the perfect lineup for Midnight Drummers. Their best lineup after all. Especially, I would say these two players definitely has a chance to even take top 6 for this tournament. These two are extremely well experienced players in especially the catch scenes. Both are 4-digit tournament players in catch, and Kings has also a multi-mode tournament. A multi-mode player, also a multi-mode tournament hoster. So he's actually quite used to playing like a lot of tournaments and such. And I'd say once these two players play together, the chance of taking the point is quite high. However, there's definitely some situations that sometimes these players don't practice, due to them being quite busy and due to staffing for tournaments.
That's definitely a struggle we all need to deal with, I guess, finding a time midweek to practice the bull, and Shinobu with a very early miss, and Felix Sosa dropping some 100s. Midnight Drummers though holding a 2-way SS almost halfway into the map. They're having quite the score lead, and just as you said, they have many chances of winning this pick. Kings with a 100 there, still not much big of a deal. If anyone misses, it could be sealed for the other team here.
We're gonna be into the hot session now. Still FCs from both teams.
Shinobu missing all the doublets there though.
Another miss there, double miss. Double miss from Shinobu over there. It's gonna be making Midnight Drums gonna destroying this pick as expected. Having these two players very strong skills. Very strong, I would say very strong skills for this tournament ranges with from Kings and Osujanai Katsuhata. Both players having the same 100 count on 500s. Felix Sosa also FCing the map quite behind compared to these two players in terms of accuracy though. It's gonna be a very first dominant point from Midnight Drummers on their first pick. It's gonna be a 1-1. Looks like gonna be another close match. Let's see how this turns out. But I would say Midnight Drummers definitely very depends on the players' practice and what lineup they were with. Look at this score: 12 100s from Midnight Drummers. They combine having less 100 counts than both players from KiyoKei. So a very nice score from that. But now it's gonna see KiyoKei's turn to pick.
Midnight Drummers with a very strong score on their own pick. This lineup, just as you said, definitely favors them, and it could be nice to see them keep it for the next picks to see if they adjust as well. It's now KiyoKei's turn to pick, though, I believe. So yeah, it's 1-1, right? Yet again. See how it pans out. What are they gonna pick? Do you think favors them in this spot?
Do you wanna? If I'm saying honest, if Midnight Drummers has their best lineup, I don't think KiyoKei has that much of a chance. But the but the thing is that Midnight Drummers doesn't have their best player to play most of the time. I'll just say KiyoKei just pick something that both of their players can play. Possibly going for something the no mod picks. I would say it's the best shot for them. They're gonna go for no mod 1. This is quite a good pick, I would say. Once again, it all depends on who plays on Midnight Drummers. If they have some of the weaker players play, I do reckon that Midnight Drummers can take this point. However, if they do have some of their weaker players play on this map, I do believe KiyoKei has full of a chance to take this as well.
So, I think it's gonna be Adrian later playing for Midnight Drummers again, so if this is perhaps a bit of a weaker lineup than last pick, they could be seeing a loss at this one point. And also, yeah, no mod 1, just a really good comfy pick, as you said, for KiyoKei. Just, you know, like mid BPM consistency, just not a very demanding map for them to be comfy at, and just not risk anything on the line.
Yeah, like I said, I would say this match, it's not on key. This is kind of a weird match, I would say. Any team against Midnight Drummers is kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not on Midnight Drummer to win the match, but it's more on KiyoKei to take the match. It's not on KiyoKei to take whatever KiyoKei takes the match or not. It's all on Midnight Drummers. Whoever swaps him for what maps they play. If they have good strategy and good lineup on the maps, I do believe Midnight Drummers is gonna take this point. Take this match. However, if it's the other case, I think it's gonna be like a tiebreaker situation. And once again, tiebreaker is based on who plays again and again. It's like every match from them.
I think that if we do get to tiebreaker, Midnight Drummers, if they do go with the stronger players, could take that one TV.
Yeah, it's okay. They said Oxygen and Kings will play again.
Nice.
It makes sense. I would say that's their best lineup. Both of these players can FC this map. It's gonna be a rough fight for KiyoKei though if it's these two players. We'll see how they do on this map. They need 2 FC and high accuracies to beat out these two players. As this is a map that is side rateable, Usujanai usually a type of player who is side rate in tournaments. Kings probably play at least once. That's basically it. These two players can probably just destroy this map right from the get-go into the map.
And Felix also finding a miss really early on that's gonna cost them a bit of a score lead in favor of Midnight Drummers, but it's still really early on the map. We'll see see if that miss gets traded later on or not, or if it gets compensated by some ag advantage. I don't think so though. Midnight Drummers is looking really solid, and as you said, it's just a side readable comfy map. If they don't drop any misses and they hold their racks together, they could bring the speak home.
Another miss from Felix
another
Sosa.
miss. Yeah.
Another miss from Felix Sosa seems like it's not that comfortable in some of these triplets patterning. We do see him basically freeze when that pattern comes up, so it's basically kind of a patterning issue from Felix Sosa, and it's giving quite a bit of a lead to Midnight Drummers as both of their players are still FCing. One manager from Kings, 3 from Osuja Nakatsuada, and also 3 manager from Shinobu. She's doing quite well in this round. Another hot pattern over here, gonna make Felix Sosa miss again, and that
with
was
the DDK
weird.
They are a bit tricky to read at Musu level.
There's also a miss from Shinobu as well, so already 2 misses from KiyoKei, and both players FCing on Midnight Drummers. Also, Janai Katsuhata is not a player who gets like very high accuracy, usually. Still, doing quite well in this map so far, and Kings is just sleeping through this map, 1-1 still in this map. Another miss wrap from Felix Sosa, it's gonna be making Midnight Drummers even further.
Yeah, totally agreed. And also, even if Janai doesn't have that good of an accuracy, in such a flowy, comfortable pick, you're just gonna get at least some accuracy going. It's just not an act pick in and on itself. And yeah, just both players on Midnight Drummers and FCing with comfortable, way above a 99% accuracies, and on the other hand, KiyoKei, Shinobu with a miss and some 100s, and Felix Sosa just not quite catching on to these complex patterning in this one map.
Yeah, already more than halfway through the map. We still have 1 chorus left. There's still a bit more harder patterns, which might trip off KiyoKei players quite again. But it's already well over Midnight Drummers. I don't think KiyoKei is taking back this point.
No, they're definitely not, but at least we can see how do they perform on the rest of this map. Shinobu with them is there at the very end of the guy.
That's unlucky right before the rest session. It's not gonna matter too much. There's already well over 200,000 points difference. I mean, another double miss there from KiyoKei players. Not that comfortable with these type of patterns. It's gonna be a 2nd point for Midnight Drummers. Very dominant victory once again. And like I said, I would say these teams is definitely based on who they choose to play. It's a team very dependent on that, so it's kind of a weird case to commentate, as far as it's hard to plan out for this team. You don't know what they're gonna do on the next pick. That's going to be a 2nd point for them. Very good score from Kings, as expected. Able to play IGTS maps, so he's going to be able to play this map. 400 from him. Also, Janai Katsuhata, like I said, is not really an accuracy player. It's still getting a 1200 FCs, well enough to take this point, as both players in KiyoKei struggling quite a bit on some of those KKD patterns.
I mean, even if Janai isn't that much of an ag player, as you say, if they do keep on picking this sort of not accuracy picks, but rather consistency, comfortable, easy picks that just flow really well, and you don't need to focus that much on hacking them. If they do keep on playing these picks with this lineup, they could find a couple more points for them, for their team.
Yeah, we're gonna see what Midnight Drummer gonna pick next. I would just say let them cook. I have no idea what they're gonna pick. They are the least expected teams in the entire tournament, and I'm not gonna do any predictions because I'm just gonna be wrong all the time, and so does you. So do you, Okay, they're just gonna pick number 5. Okay, all right. They are being nice. Yamio is the next pick. This guy is definitely not a bully pick against other team. Like, it's not the hardest round for pool. It's just an accuracy pick from Midnight Drummers. KiyoKei being the swing map. This one you need to talk up a little bit more, as I do believe this song is copyrighted on stream. But some talking should be fine. So don't need to talk. Like, just don't pause too much. But yeah. Anyway, Yamio being number 5 of the pool. BPM 80. So you see the BPM being extremely low. You know this map is it's more on the slower side, and it's more like a focal mapping as well. As if this song is featured in Dororo as well, anime songs. So of course, you're gonna get some focal mapping, and there's a lot of swings in this map.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, myself at least, 80 BPM, such a low BPM, it's hard for me to just catch onto the rhythm itself of the song, and that's just not a good way to start. If you can't get quite the sense and the rhythm of the song, that's a bad place to start for hacking the map itself. It's gonna be AJ and Laser on Midnight Drummers' side. Could perhaps be a pick for KiyoKei if they can act this.
I'm scared of Adrian Lakes. I'm very scared.
We all are.
He's either gonna get like a 60% FC, not a 60%, like a 700k FC like last week. And then a little bit of a panic from Kings. It seems like he's hasn't loaded in just yet, but the Felix Sosa missed there. It's gonna be giving a lead to Midnight Drummers, assuming Kings is still FCing.
Felix Sosa with a very early miss, but they are still holding their accuracies together, so if Felix Sosa can slowly build their accuracy up for the rest of the map, they should be fine, especially considering Adrian Laser with just 95% accuracy should be in favor of KiyoKei right now. Let's see if they can keep this lead going for the rest of the map, which is quite long indeed. So yeah, I have to hold on for a few more minutes.
We're gonna get some harder patterns now. We do see Felix Sosa is single tapping as expected. Not that strong on the patterns, so just gonna go for the single tap strategy, and it works well. Where's Kings? I mean, Kings still hasn't loaded in that. We need to panic on stream.
Felix Sosa not quite single tapping anymore though, but yeah, these are tricky buttons indeed. You know, those doublets and just accompanied by the swing itself. I think this may be in the favor of KiyoKei by a considerable margin right now, but yes, we yet have to see King's perspective. But even if he is assessing right now, I think this is in the favor of KiyoKei by quite a big margin right now.
Yeah, we're not gonna see King's scores, so I guess we're just gonna guess his way he scores this. But even though if he is FCing, it's not gonna matter, as Felix Sosa is beating our Adrian Laser by quite a huge margin.
Yeah, even if Felix Sosa has missed quite a bit as now, but Adrian Laser is gonna trade that miss, and it's down to accuracy really. Felix Sosa with, as you said, quite a bit of accolade over Adrian Laser as the supporting scores. Kings and Shino quite tied up early. No, actually, never mind. Kings has almost SS. I haven't seen that. They trade misses again for both teams. If they keep going this way, KiyoKei is gonna win with a big margin. It seems to be the case, especially with Adrian Laser finding yet another miss and a really low accuracy. As we reach the final section of this map, Kings with a really solid 99.91% accuracy FC, the only FC in the map this far.
I mean, there's a lot of misses from Felix Sosa in the offbeats. Seems like he's not that used to reading these type of like maps. Here comes another session. We do see a lot of breaks last time from 3 players, but not gonna be the case this time. Kings is gonna be destroying this map with 1-100. Not gonna matter as Adrian Lacer's score is just way too far from Felix Sosa. And that's gonna be the second point from KiyoKei. Shinobu is trying her best to catch up to Kings. One miss though, still definitely help their team to take this point. So it's gonna be 2-2 tied. Once again, we'll see what Midnight Drummers pick next. KiyoKei picks next.
Yeah, it's 2-2, so now if it's Kiyo's time to pick, let's see if they can win their own pick. They have really good scores, really solid scores, but Kings with that just 100 on a swing map, I can't believe my eyes. That's quite scary, so perhaps they want to take that into account for their next few picks and be careful about that.
Once again, against this team, I can't say you can do anything strategic against Midnight Drummers outside of picking picks that you can pick like you do good on, because literally they just it's based on who they put on to play. It's so
I
random.
guess you are right. After all, they should just probably pick whatever they comfy at and just pray for the best. Yeah, you're right about that. My bad.
This is the only team I
what do
would
they
say
pick?
that though. It's like the only team I would say. Like, well, only team I would say that if you get against this team, it just pray that they troll. Because if they don't, I think they can take top 6. Honestly, I think they have top 6 players in the team, and they have skill cap. Kings and Otsujana are both skill cap players.
I mean, honestly, it's just the way it is for these low ranked tournaments. I've been a part of that too, when you have a team with really unbalanced players, and it's hard to let everyone play but at the same time not troll. And they're gonna pick FM1. That's Kiyo's pick. Quite an interesting pick. Let's see. I'm expecting them to go just HD for one and HR for the other player, just like the bare minimum to get comfy and consistency going, but we will see. What do they pick? If they do pick double mod, that could be a bit riskier, but yeah, we will see about that.
It's gonna be Hidden Hard Rock and Hidden from Midnight Drummers. I'm very sure about that. It's gonna be a tough roll. Once I see Adrian Lacer said Osu Janai and King's gonna play this, you have a tough roll to climb. The only chance to hope is that they did not practice. Like they already did not practice. It's hope that when they're Sairi, they just miss so much. That's like the only chance that you can hope for. But if you're against a free mod wall right here, I do believe Osujana is gonna be the one putting on Hidden Harrock and King is putting on Hidden. Felix Sosa and Shinobu. I have no idea who we're gonna pick on Hidden, who we're gonna pick on Harrock. I should have definitely do some research about that.
I think perhaps Shino goes with HD and Felix goes with HR. I don't know, it's just got on my end. But yeah, they're gonna depend largely on Midnight Drummers perhaps finding some misses or not quite being able to act double mod if they do pick double mod. But apart from that, there's not much they can do, just like hold their AC and FCs together and pray for the best.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Alright, we're gonna be into the map. MP start 10. It's gonna be Oshijana Hidden Harrock. I think I'm pretty sure about that. Kings could do the same thing. Never mind, it's gonna be Kings doing. Wait, no, it's gonna be single mod
and there's no
from both
double
teams.
mods. Ah.
What?
Oh, now
Well,
now this is more interesting. This is gonna be way more down to accuracy and stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised by this as well. I'm expecting really high accuracy from Midnight Drummers though. They have proven that so far. Also, Janai with a few 100s and Felix Sosa missing really early on in the map. That's gonna cost them a bit of a score lead, but not much. There's still plenty of map left. That miss does not get traded though. That's gonna cost them a bit of a score lead.
that finisher into the single note has been tricking a lot of players in this map so far. They missed very early on. Also, Janai Katsuhata dropping a lot of accuracy. Seems like not into the rhythm of the maps yet. And now down to 94%, but that miss from Felix Sosa's gonna be giving back the lead to Midnight Drummer. So the Shinobu, and that's going to be
cost them quite a bit of score. Yes.
And that's going to be
with not that big of a. Also, Janai not that big of an accuracy, but he's holding his FC together so far. Whereas Kiyo's with Felix and Shino's misses. Even if Shino is holding that strong 99%, just all those misses sparingly too, just not a chain miss, but sparing misses that you're just not gonna be able to hold combo, and that costs them a huge score lead in favor of Midnight Drummers.
Another double miss from KiyoKei is basically gonna seal the deal. They have nothing to take this back from. There's nothing to answer for. Answer King's 100 play so far. Another tricky finisher session is gonna be tricking KiyoKei once again. Also, Janai Katsuhata with an AFC. And then AFC is doing jobs for now. His score is actually lower than Shinobu's, like 2 misses or something. Which is kind of funny. It also shows that Taiko is an accuracy game. You FC, if you get 94 AC, it doesn't matter. Shino's boost, the 3 misses still higher, and that misses from Janai Katsuhata gonna hurt his score quite a bit, and that's not gonna matter, as Kings has been flying away in this map, never giving up. So never give up as a sign to KiyoKei, another breakpoint from them, as Midnight Drummers has been showing off that they are kinda inconsistent in their picks. We'll see how they will deal on the next pick, but there's gonna be another breakpoint for Midnight Drummers, 3-2.
Yes, and Midnight Drummers with this lineup just being really strong. Kings with just a 2-100 HRFC on the free mode pick. Felix and Shinobu with plenty of misses each, and also Janai with just 2 misses on HD despite a 94% accuracy.
that's
And they pick HR1.
That's the only B in the board. Bro almost FC but got lower score than Shinobu. Poor guy. Unlucky.
I can totally relate to him. I would totally be also Janai in that situation. I usually will get really low percent AC FCs with HD, especially in tournaments. It's hard to work HD, what can I say?
Yeah, true. We're gonna see HAL1 on stream finally though. This is the first time we saw this map on stream. Map by Edward, our orange guy. We need to update the map. Oh my god. Okay, we need to update the map. Oh no. Oh no, Edward is
really
trolling.
Good map, though, I think.
Edward is trolling. Oh my god. Once we finish downloading the map again, we're gonna see some gameplay. Mush said that. Mush, now our referee is Mush as our referee change. We're gonna be waiting a bit. Apparently the players need to be hurry. I guess we need to we're gonna be starting soon. Rukari
we can finish in time for these players to play all the way through. Really hope so.
We also hope that we can update the map in time.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's quite ironic because in single player you just click a button and wait 3 seconds and boom, the map's updated, but in a multiplayer with several players and the Tony client going on, it's so messy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're probably not gonna see the map. Our streamer is probably updating the map.
Right, here we go, and we will be seeing Rukairi for the first time in this match, I believe. Let's see how he performs on this one. Aki pick. HR1, 190 BPM, that's quite a bit for HR. It's gonna be a really fast scroll speed, though it's just Futsu though, so you can just single tap most of your way through.
No, it's not Futsu, it's Butsukashi. We just haven't gotten that yet.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Yeah, just Vario HR with 260 BPM, 7 star. Yeah, it seems quite proper for this brackets and tourney.
Yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened when our mappers are updating the map. Yeah, it's not yet load. Because we need to update the map because Edward is trolling. Bro trolled. Alright, we should be seeing the map finally. There we go. We need to connect to the multiplayer again.
Right, I'm glad that they could set it up.
Yeah, he doesn't know that you need to update. You updated. We still connecting to the lobby. Apparently, we only see 2 players so far. All right.
But we do see Felix Sosa falling quite behind in accuracy, and it seems to be due to misses mostly. And I believe this is in favor of Midnight Dramas right now, but we're about to see that. Yes, it is. King's holding a really strong SS for most of the map. Felix Sosa fighting yet another miss, not quite comfy with this scroll speed probably, because the bottoming is quite simple. Yeah, just Felix Sosa not quite being able to support Shino in this pick, and Midnight Dramas with King and Ryukairi holding really strong accuracy so far. So yeah, that's gonna be a point for them. 2-4.
Probably just trying to break though, but Kings is just destroying this map like a monster. Look at score goes. That's going to be the 4th point for Midnight Dramas as KiyoKei can pick the next map.
I think this is a really scary roster so far, you know, with Kings, Ryukairi, and Janai on Midnight Dramas side. They're just 3 really strong players that could make it quite far into this tourney.
That's what I said.
And I'm sure they do, yeah.
That's what I say. They just need to stop doing interesting things with their roster. Like Adrian Laser is not that bad as a player. He can get some good scores, but I would say the other 3 players, in terms of strength, definitely overshadows him. As Kings and Osujanai, I would say definitely the top 2 players for the team. Hard Rock, I would say, is a little bit weak. Their weakest skill sets with Osujanai, especially Speedy Hard Rock, Rikari, and like Osujanai, Katsuada, and Kings are just not a fan of like Speedy Hard Rock. Other than that, I would say they have pretty much everything set up, and their players need to stop side reading no more fall. That's basically all their team needs to do. I'm gonna see what KiyoKei gonna pick next. I would say they're definitely back against some worse. I mean, they can try Hard Rock 2 quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure Kings can still play it because it's just way too easy. Unless Adrian Laser comes in again and then probably get like a quite low score. We'll see. Alright, DT1 next pick.
DT1 it is. Kiyo's pick.
I'm gonna see another map, custom map of this pool. Yulei Tokyo, map by Maruko. This is basically an accuracy map of the pool, OD 4.5, with quite a bit of an offbeat, but mostly consistency, similar to last 2 weeks. But obviously this one has a little bit more offbeats.
OD 4.5 after applying a DT is gonna be quite a force to be reckoned with in terms of accuracy, especially if it's an offbeat pick, as you say. It's gonna be hard to act this one. Yeah, if Felix Sosa and Shino manage to not miss that much anymore on this one pick, if they manage to get more comfortable at the buttons and yeah, get their accuracies to shine a bit more, we could see some performances from them going. But Kings and Ryukari are holding it really strong so far in this tourney, so yeah, we'll see how it pans out. It is a match point for Midnight Drummers though, so if they get a breakthrough on Kiyo's pick right now, they're gonna win this pick and advance to quarterfinals on winner bracket. No, sorry, loser bracket.
Do you see Osuja Nakatoda back in the lobby expected? Even though he's not the best accuracy, I do believe he can still handle this map. Probably and play him. Probably handle like 100 on a map like not 2 to 3, but like 500 on a map like this. A very scary player to beat on double time 1, and they're gonna be handing onto the map. Rough situations for KiyoKei. See how they work out on this map.
Shinobu with some really early misses. That's gonna cost them quite a bit of score. It will be hard for them to come back after that because Midnight Drummers are a really solid and consistent team, barely giving in any 100s, pretty much not giving in any misses. Felix Sosa with yet another early miss, and that could seal it for them already, just a third into the map. Yeah, this is looking really strong for Midnight Drummers right now. KiyoKei should be praying for a miracle right now.
We're gonna get some offbeats right here. We do see a lot of accuracy drops from Shinobu. Felix Sosa is slowly picking back up after the early struggle, but it's gonna be finding another break once again as the bad map gets denser. Keynes is actually not the higher performing player on Midnight Drummers right now. Osuja Nakatoda, surprisingly, despite not showing that good of accuracy in the entire match, is gonna be beating out Kings in the DT pick. Yeah, they have quite a unique skill set, and already it's 20,000 points difference. It's basically unrecoverable for KiyoKei. But let's see, can Shinobu holds on her A accuracy, and both players on Midnight Drummers can they FC the map?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even if some Midnight Drummers players can't quite act some of these picks, as you said, they're just really consistent and the rank isn't that low really. And going on from here further into higher skill requiring picks and higher skill requiring pools, if they don't get that much accuracy going, as long as they can shine their skill, their raw skill on the other pools, this is looking really promising for them for quarterfinals onwards.
Valiant effort from KiyoKei though. I would say both players being 5-digit players, 15k for Shinobu and 20k, 22k from Felix Sosa. Definitely holds out. At least both players get an A on this map. I would say getting an A on the DT pick being 5 digits and Muzukashi A is quite difficult, especially on DT. So definitely props to them. Valiant effort from them as well. But Kings and Osuja Nakatoda, the Midnight Drummers, going to be closing out the match. Quite a rough, I would say quite an unlucky matchup for them. I would say Midnight Drummers being definitely one of the underseeded teams. They just needed their correct players to play each map. And that's gonna be them closing out the match. GG, well played to them. Adrian Laser, Osuja Nakatoda, Rick Kings, and Rikari. You guys have quite a bit of like funny, let's say funny team layouts and such, but definitely great to see you guys qualify as well. But once again, thanks to Felix Sosa and Shinobu for signing up the tournament. It has been nice to seeing you guys play and trying their best to play the map pools, despite you guys are not as high rank as some of the other players. Hopefully you guys do have some fun in Taiko, and that's been quite a I would say quite a funny matchup between these two teams. It's been a great match, right, Super Noob?
Yeah, KiyoKei, really strong players, to be honest. It doesn't show that they are 5-digit. Like, even if they did struggle with the Musus and stuff, they could at least somewhat bear the mods and that stuff, you know, with accuracies. And yeah, if they do choose to keep on playing Taiko, it's gonna be fun to keep seeing them around. And Midnight Drummers here, with probably the exception of Adrian Laser, having a really strong team and a big show here of their big raw skill, despite some slight accuracy issues. So yeah, just really strong team for a big losers run from quarterfinals onwards next week.
I do believe Adrian Laser can play quite a few maps, probably 2 to 3 per pool, but we'll see. That's gonna be all from us though. Next match is not gonna get streamed, which is playing right now. Walmart's Fruit Catchers versus Low Taiko. Our streamer needs a little bit of rest. So it's a 19 UTC match. It's not gonna get streamed. The high team versus the low team. So the next match being streamed is gonna be 20 UTC between Limburg and Pussy Power at 20 UTC. So definitely come back 100 minutes later, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Actually, that's 80 minutes. I can't count. My math is good. So 80 minutes later, we'll be having Limburg versus Pussy Power. I hope you guys have a great day. And once again, thanks for joining with me, Super Noob, and thanks for streaming Penguin, or Gorman Yuka as we said. And we'll be seeing you guys in 18 minutes later. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you very much, Jongin, and the rest of the staff, because yeah, it's just really cool match, really cool opportunity here to be casting this. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and see you around, I guess, for next match or next week. Bye.